Phil from Henry Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. With permission, I would like to group question 13 with questions 14, 15, 16 and 17. The government is committed to completely ending these dangerous crossings facilitated by ruthless criminals, which are also unnecessary because France is a safe country. Our clandestine channel threat commander, newly appointed, is working closely with his French colleagues to stop these embarkations in the first place, and we're also working tirelessly to return people who have made this journey.
Heading to Crawley with Henry Smith. Henry Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'm grateful to my honourable friend for that answer. Can he say when legislation will be brought forward to update immigration and asylum law? And will that contain provisions such as those who enter the United Kingdom illegally not being able to subsequently apply to stay in this country?
Well, my honourable friend is quite right to draw attention to the legal system. It is quite frankly, in my view, not fit for purpose in this area when it comes to asylum and immigration enforcement matters. We are often frustrated by repeatedly vexatious legal claims, often made at the last minute, with the express intention of frustrating the proper application of the law. So I can confirm that we are working at pace on legislative options in the way he describes, and everything is on the table.
We now come to Sean Bailey.
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my constituents in Wensbury, Albury and Tipton are rightly angry at the images they're seeing of people arriving on our shores illegally, often in small boats. Can I ask my honourable friend, to solve this crisis in the long term is going to require cooperation, and whereas we seem to be on this side in this country gold-plating a lot of the regulations that would enable us to solve this problem, and a lot of our European partners aren't. So what representations is he making to our European partners to ensure that they actually follow through with the obligations that they have actually made?
Well, we are working at the moment with other European countries to return people back to European countries where they have previously claimed asylum. Indeed, return flights went last week and are going this week as well. However, he's right to say that leaving the Dublin regulations creates new opportunities. We have already tabled a draft readmissions agreement for consideration by the European Commission, but he can rest assured that once we are out of the transition period on the 1st of January, this government will be redoubling its efforts to make sure people that come here from safe countries, for example, are rapidly returned.
Marquis.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I know the Minister is working tirelessly to bring the criminals facilitating the illegal channel crossings to justice and to tackle this exploitative crime. Does he agree with me that we must uphold our obligations to genuine asylum seekers, but there can be no justifiable reason for migrants to be crossing the channel, putting themselves and our border forces at risk when France remains a safe option?
Minister.
Well, I think my honourable friend from Dewsbury puts it very well. We are pursuing the ruthless criminals who facilitate this wicked process. 24 of them have been convicted so far this year. He is right to say that where people are in genuine fear of persecution, we should protect them. Indeed, we do so, and our resettlement scheme has been the leading scheme in Europe over the last 5 years. But he is also right to say that when people are in France, they are already in a safe country, and if they want protection, they can obtain it by applying to the French government.
Robin Moore.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The channel crossing route is clearly being promoted by people smugglers as an easy route in. And, Mr. Speaker, these are individuals who don't give a damn about the welfare of those that they exploit or the lives that they put in danger. So what steps is my right honourable friend taking to ensure that this route becomes entirely untenable and illustrates loud and clear that these organised crime gangs that Britain's border is closed to such illegal crossings?
Minister.
Well, my honourable friend from Keighley is quite right to say that our objective and the Home Secretary's objective is to make this route completely unviable so nobody attempts it in the first place. It is dangerous, it is illegally facilitated, and it is unnecessary. We're working with the French to prevent the embarkations happening in the first place. We're looking at tactics we can deploy at sea to prevent the crossings from happening, and we are looking at what more we can do to return people once they make the crossing. Those measures taken together will make this route unviable and end these crossings.
Jack Brereton.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. People across Stoke-on-Trent are extremely concerned about the number of people we're seeing crossing the English Channel illegally. So would my honourable friend agree that asylum should be claimed in the first safe country and we should deport those here illegally?
Well, my honourable friend is absolutely right. France is a safe country, and as I've said already, those people who wish to claim protection from persecution when they are in northern France should do so by claiming asylum in France. There is no need at all to attempt this dangerous and illegally facilitated crossing. Where people do make the crossing, we are using all the legal means available to us to ensure they are returned, for example, to countries where they previously claimed asylum under the Dublin regulation, and flights doing that took place both last week and will take place this week.